Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Ammunation. I'm your host, Craig Bragg, and with me tonight is the tenacious twin, Mr. Irving Twin. How are you, sir?
Living the dream. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm having a great weekend so far. Weekend before Canada Day. Canada Day's happening on was it Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday. Did you take the Monday off?
No, I did not. My colleague, my partner in crime at my job, he took Monday and Wednesday off. So basically, I'm on my own until Thursday.
He gets a 5-day
Well, I
weekend.
have Tuesday off, yeah. So I'm on my own Monday and Wednesday, and then he's back with me on Thursday. But that's okay. That's okay. So, what's new in your life?
Oh, just been crushing this brand new tabletop RPG with some friends of mine. It is phenomenal, and the campaign's shaping up to be something special too, I
Oh,
think.
and what's that game you're talking about?
My gosh, this game is called Four Color Concepts, based on the old printing press, four colors to produce all the colors of the rainbow for your comic books. And yeah, we're flashy superheroes flying around a beacon city, trying to solve problems and figure out where we come from and whatnot. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
you're having a good time.
Yeah, I really am.
And where can people see this
I'm
campaign or this game that you're talking about?
Yeah, no, we stream it over on the Mad God. The Mad Is it called Mad God of Gaming
Yeah, let me
YouTube
see.
channel?
I can't quite
Or Mad
recall.
God of Games,
That's
or just Mad God
yeah, it's
Gaming.
called Mad God of Games at Mad God of Games on YouTube. So yeah, folks, I have an alternate YouTube channel called Mad God of Games. That's where I'm planning on doing regular streams of real plays of TTRPGs, not just stuff that I'm creating called Four Color Concepts, but other shit too. I think I'd like to play a Pulp Cthulhu game at some point. I don't know if you've ever played Call of Cthulhu or Pulp Cthulhu. I know Call of Cthulhu gets kind of a bad rap because everybody either goes insane or they die. But Pulp Cthulhu is a little bit more forgiving in that sense. You're more like a an Alan Quartermain or Indiana Jones type character. So you're not just gonna go insane and die.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, you're playing around. You're playing around with something. It looks like
I'm
you
fiddling
got.
with Hero Forge. I'm hooked on it. You introduced me to this toy. I finally signed up, and now I'm gonna have to join the Patreon and give them some money just so I can kit bash the thing.
Hero Forge is a lot of fun. I make a lot of little figurines on Hero Forge, and yeah, I have a good time with that. It's fun to sort of brainstorm characters. We got a comment here from Mr. Six. Welcome,
Pew,
next
pew,
6 minutes.
pew,
I have
six.
been listening to Revenge of Shinobi theme remixes. Interesting flex, but when I flex, it is the best flex. Flex. Revenge of Shinobi. Is that like Shinobi's a game, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, the word means secrecy, I think.
Oh, does it? Okay, there you go. Folks, if you're in the chat, let us know. Say hello. I hope you're watching us on YouTube. You could be watching us on X. Either way, I hope you enjoyed tonight's live stream. It's going to be very casual tonight. By the title, it says "We Can Be Heroes Again." That's because we've delved into this topic before when I first started brainstorming the superhero TTRPG Four Color Concepts, and we spent a good amount of time last stream just talking about it. It's a Sega Genesis game, says Six. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, Shinobi. Yeah, it's like you're a ninja, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're interested, folks, you can go watch. There's been 2 live streams so far over on the Mad God of Gaming channel on YouTube. I'm gonna link it in the chat so people can see it. Uno momento. Actually, go. Do. If you're interested, you can go over to this channel here and you can check out Mad God of Games. There's 2 streams up there, and and we've been basically doing four color concepts. Myself, Mr. Pox Toxic, and Mr. Irving Twin are playtesting the game right now. And I mentioned it last night near the tail end of the stream, but when I get it to a point where I'm happy with it, I'm going to put it up on Drive Through RPG as a sort of a beta, and it'll be one of those, pay what you want. You can download for free, but you can pay what you want. And then when I get it to a little bit higher level production value, I'll probably put it up there for 99 cents or a buck 99 or something as a PDF. And then maybe I'll eventually go print on demand. If there's a lot of interest in it, I might go print on demand. So if people want a hard copy of it, they can get one. But like I said, it's a real rules like game. It's very straightforward. The reason I came up with it is because the only other real superhero TTRPG that anybody really knows about is Mutants and Masterminds, and that one's very kind of crunchy, especially character creation. It takes you hours to make characters in Mutants and Masterminds, and you can make a character in four color concepts in what, like 5 minutes,
if that.
if that. And if you don't feel particularly creative, you can plug the prompts into your favorite AI chatbot, and it'll create a character for you. So anyway, also City Pop remixes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles NES OST. You're listening to the gaming music, eh? There, Six. Nice. Six was around last night watching the stream.
Yeah,
That
for a
was pretty cool
while.
for a little while, and he left. But in terms of topics, I guess we should get on with our main event for tonight. We'll start with our regular first topic of the evening. Do you even lift, bro? How's the fitness efforts been going this week for you?
Interestingly,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm trying a new thing, right?
What's that?
I've been trying to avoid the crowds at my gym, and I find that the website tells me that it starts to die down at like
Mm-hmm.
11 p.m. So I've been going in the nighttime. I
Yeah.
also heard, right, some of the pro bodybuilder type guys saying they
Yeah.
wouldn't go to the gym until they'd had at least 4 meals. Now, these are guys that are eating 5 to 9 meals a day, right? So the point was get more food energy in you so you can work harder at the gym.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I get it.
I think that might be working for me.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the whole thing of, oh, muscles grow while you're sleeping. Like that's the
Mm-hmm.
real recovery. I go to the gym at 11, get home a little after midnight, pound back a protein shake, and I'm in bed by 2. Hey, maybe that's doing something. Because I'll tell you what, it's been a lot easier. Like, even though the gym's not dead, like, it's Planet Fitness, it's never dead.
Yeah. Is it
There's
a
very,
24-hour gym?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But there's very few serious people.
Yeah.
Right? So, it's never hard to get equipment at that time. Like,
That's
every time that I've gone, it's been like, "Oh, I'm nowhere near an hour 15. I'm gonna throw in a whole extra exercise."
yeah.
And maybe that's a combo of having the time and the access, but also having the food energy. So, I don't know yet. I just know it's been going well this week, so I'm gonna try and keep that up.
That's cool.
Nano Reaper.
Man, Reaper's here in the house. I lift plenty of 100 pounds plus fish out of water. Yeah, he does some deep sea fishing, doesn't he? Like
Mm,
marlins and stuff like that, and tuna and stuff like that.
that's
That's
all the
cool.
shoulder exercise one needs, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. Full what do you call it? Compound exercises because you're using your whole body to haul them out of the water. Um, I had a very interesting session this week with I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I don't know if they do this at Planet Fitness, but when you join a gym, there's always some trainer who will come up and say, "Hey, you get a free fitness assessment, and we can go over your goals and blah 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 blah." And
Right,
basically,
right.
they join you for a training session, and they critique your technique, your form or whatever, and they tell you how to do this, how to do that. They've introduced you to new exercise. Anyway, so I'm back at Movati. I joined up with them a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month or so ago, and this guy John keeps seeing me around the gym, and he wants to talk. Hey, you get a free training session if you want. I haven't seen you before, and I'm like, yeah, I came back. Well, I have a trainer. I've been pushing him off. Well, now that I'm done with Chevy, I said, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I went in on lower body day with John, and he really put me through my fucking paces, man. You had me doing. I don't normally do barbell squats, like high bar squats.
Yeah.
because I don't feel confident in terms of my balance. But he was there with me, and they have these new sort of racks at Movati that they've recently installed in the last year or so. The ones with the bouncy floor, so when you drop the things, they just bounce.
Right, right.
Anyway, so he had me doing squats, and he would just keep increasing the weight and increasing the weight. So he's like, "How many more reps do you think you could have done after I did like so? I did like say 12." I said, "How many more reps did you think you had in you?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe 3." He's like, "Okay, we'll put on more weight." So he put on more weight, and then he go, "How many more reps that time?" I'm like, "I don't know, maybe 2 or 1." He's like, "Okay, we'll put on some more weight." So I put on more weight until I eventually said, he said, "How many reps?" And I said, "I think that was it. Maybe I could have got one more out of that, but that was it." And he's like, "Okay, cool. We'll do 2 more sets of that." And then we're doing isolation exercises like leg extensions and hamstring curls and stuff like that. And he says, and I'd finish my set, and then a minute later, he's like, "Okay, next set." I'm like, "How much time are you giving me between sets?" He's like, "A minute." And I'm like, "Okay, normally I take about 2." He's like, "Yeah, for isolation exercises, you only need a minute." I'm like, "Well, that's good because that saves me a whole lot of time." Because like I'll go to the gym sometimes, I'll be there an hour and 10 or an hour and 20 minutes because I'm taking a full 2 minutes between sets. And also when we're doing your warm up sets, so when we're getting up to that working weight, you don't need to rest between those because they're warm ups. Like you maybe 10 seconds, but don't rest. Don't do a full minute rest. You haven't worked your muscles yet. You're just
Yeah.
getting them warmed up, right? And I'm like, okay, well, good point. So I'm finding now that my exercise, when I do my upper body or I do my lower body, I'm getting it done in 40 minutes, and I'm hitting each muscle group
Nice.
with 2 or 3 exercises, and you know, 3, 4 warm up sets, and then one or two working sets. Sometimes 3 working sets, depends on the muscle group. But yeah, I think I'm going to start going and doing the barbell squats. So when I went and did um, my second lower body day, I did some barbell squats on the same rack, and I felt much more confident doing it. I still feel a little uneasy, but boy, it really is a workout. And I'm not doing a heavy weight. I'm doing 45-pound bar, and then let's see, 40 pounds on either end. So 80 pounds plus 45, 125 pounds. Not a heavy squat at all. But you're doing 12 reps, 3 sets of 12. It's a workout, it's working on the legs for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
like,
What do you do? What do you do when you squat? Like when you're doing a barbell squat, do you know how much you're squatting?
no, because I'm in a Smith machine.
Oh, okay,
We
okay.
don't have a proper rack, and yeah, like I found out the other day, well, a couple weeks ago, I went to my brother-in-law's gym. That yeah, my deadlifting in the like deadlifting free weight is, it's a different animal than deadlifting in the Smith machine, and I had no idea how bad my form actually
Oh, yeah.
was because the Smith machine corrects everything for you, right?
Right, right.
So yeah,
Chevy had me doing deadlifting on my lower body workouts, and again, it's makes all the difference when you have a trainer there to correct your form,
mm,
because you then really feel the uh, you really feel the muscles engaging when you're doing it correctly.
yeah,
Uh, and I'll be honest, I prefer straight leg deadlifts to Romanian deadlifts. I just find I can engage the hamstring much more thoroughly when I'm doing a straight leg deadlift. So that's what I tend to use.
I just
And
do.
and dumbbells are also, I prefer them when I'm doing a straight leg deadlift. I prefer just using dumbbells.
Oh yeah, but when I say deadlift, I mean like how much weight can you pick up off the floor on a
Oh,
barbell?
I see. Like a
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a one rep max kind of thing.
No, no, no. Like you do it for reps, but typically lower than other things, like 5 to 8.
Oh,
But
okay,
you
yeah, yeah,
try and make it as heavy as you can possibly lift without, the shearing forces tearing your spine in half.
fair enough. Yeah, yeah. So this is what I'm going to be doing for a little while. Upper, lower, uh, for the next little bit. One upper on a Monday, a lower on the Tuesday, and then a break on Wednesday, and then an upper and lower on Thursdays and
Oh,
Fridays.
is your gym open on Tuesday?
This Tuesday, no, they're not. So I'm gonna have to make it up another day, I guess. Maybe I'll go on the Wednesday instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I've been having a good time. So shall we move on?
Sure. I'm liking the night thing. It works for me.
Yeah, yeah, I prefer going at night. Um, when I'm working 10 to 6, which is every other week, I'd like to try and go in the morning because then I get it out of the way,
Right.
and I've got lots of time in the morning to do it. So, but there's still like Movati is it's never not busy. You know what I mean? It's always busy when I go there. I think if you went at like 5 or 6, you'd miss the crowd. But thankfully, despite it not being a gigantic gym, um, I don't really ever have to wait too much for many machines. Like they've got 3 pec deck flies. The only one that I ever find I have to wait for is the standing lateral raise machine because
Oh,
they've only got the one and it's a very popular machine. I love that machine.
mm.
You know, I always hit it when it's doing when I'm doing shoulders.
I'm a cable
Let's
boy.
you like cables? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, WW3. So that came and went. It's pretty much done.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not happy that it went down the way it did, but I suppose this is the best possible outcome considering what could have happened. Like ultimately, I think what happened was Iran was shown you don't have nearly as many friends as you think,
Right,
right?
right.
And then of course that also shows that both Russia and China aren't as tough as they make they are,
No,
right? So that's
and all the rumors about Russia's going to send them nukes. I'm like, the Russia's not going to send them fucking nukes. No, that's all just it's all kayfabe. No, and here's the thing. I think that what we're going to see in this second Trump term is we're going to start to recognize which nations who have been sort of propped up as boogeyman for the longest time uh, are actually failing states, and uh, they're going to come to the realization that they can't continue on with this totalitarian nonsense. Even European nations who over the last decade or so have been really ramping up the authoritarianism. I think they're starting to realize now that it's not going to stand, that the people aren't going to put up with it. When you look at the protests that are going on in places like Ireland and England,
mm,
and Italy and stuff like that, a lot of these EU member nations are saying, "Fuck this nonsense of mass migration. Fuck this nonsense of censoring our citizens. We're going to follow the U.S.'s lead and reestablish a paradigm of freedom and actual Western liberal values." And so I think it's going to take a while for countries like Canada, who are propped up by the U.S. economy, to finally get it in their head that like you can't keep doing shit like this. People aren't going to put up with it. Uh, you saw that Trump basically said, "Yeah, we're ending negotiations with Canada because they're fucking around. So now it's time for them to find out." Yeah.
I imagine this had to do with the NATO spending.
It wasn't the
Where
NATO spending because Canada committed to 5% as well. This has to do
no,
with
they
a
didn't.
law.
No,
Well,
they didn't. No, no,
well, they
no.
said
No,
they would. They said they
no, no,
would,
no.
right?
What Carney did was mark things that aren't military spending. So the
Oh, like
budget
what?
doesn't change. I can't even remember. I don't
Oh, okay.
remember the specifics, but there's no new money spent, no transfer of funds. Just certain things were shoved under the umbrella of military spending.
Oh, okay.
There's 5%.
Well, that might be part of why Trump's saying "fuck this shit." We're cutting off negotiations. But another one had to do with a digital sort of tariff on digital products. So things like Facebook and Google, right? These U.S. entities that are essentially being blocked by the Canadian government from broadcasting information in Canada are paying fines now are paying fees to help offset their impact on Canadian media. So, and I guess Trump did not like that, and he, made a point of it in their negotiations that you've got to end this. This is horseshit, and because they've either dragging their heels or not getting into it in earnest. I says, yeah, we're cutting it off. And we'll talk about what the tariffs are going to be going forward. Anyway, we got a couple more comments here. I use dumbbells. says 6. Yeah, I like dumbbells. Dumbbells are great because you can use them for just about anything. And then Yano Reaper says, "Y'all are fucked. We are all fucked. We really are." Alberta's about to leave. It's I think it's kind of the writings on the wall there. It has to do with the digital censorship. Yes, yes, it has to do with the digital censorship and basically a digital tariff that Canada is putting on U.S. Tech companies who are bringing their the Canadians are accessing for services. It's like a fee that they're charging Facebook and Google and other that amounts to, I think Trump was saying, like a 400% tariff. But yeah, um, we are fucked in terms of a um, our economy. We're quickly moving to the road down the road towards insolvency, to the point where at some point Canadians are going to say, you know what, maybe annexation isn't such a bad idea. I think it's a precursor to what I've said before, a North American Union. I think it's ultimately going to happen. And the problem is Canada's put itself in a position where we really don't have much to negotiate when that happens. Like it's basically they're going to be inducted into it, whether they like it or not, and they're not going to be able to do anything in terms of negotiating on their behalf. The United States is going to make the rules for both Mexico and Canada, and Canada's going to get fucked by it. But the good thing is on the consumer end, on the taxpayer end, we'll have practically free travel between Canada and the United States. And we're probably going to end up having a single currency, and it's probably going to be a digital currency. So it's going to be worse shit. But the convenience of having a single currency might be of benefit. Like it might actually increase our wages. We might actually have a better standard of living in the short term, but ultimately
We
it's
can
going to
hope.
be a house of cards because it's a central bank digital currency. um, but yeah, Alberta, then Quebec will want to a separate deal on auto tariffs. Yeah, alberta's going to join Alberta's going to become sovereign, and then probably in the next year or so, I would say, before Trump leaves office, they'll probably be making negotiations to join in the United States. That's my prediction. Nope, no North American Union. You will just become a contained non-voting territory. I don't know about that. I really don't think that'll happen. Uh, but you're right in the sense that we have put ourselves in the position where we have absolutely no leverage whatsoever. When Trump said the other day, they've got no cards, we have all the cards. He wasn't wrong. It wasn't just a cute metaphor. It's true. We've got nothing. We need the U.S. a hell of a lot more than they need us. So yeah, y'all wouldn't make Assassin's Creed Shadows if y'all took the poo to the loo. My friend and I were talking about the the jeet density here in Canada. We were at Tim
Mm,
Hortons. We are at Sing Hortons tonight, grabbing a drink. It's funny. We
terrible.
both got we both got Diet Coke because we neither one of us are drinking sugar, right? We both got, and it's too late to have a coffee. Too hot to have a coffee. So we're just talking. I'm looking around like everybody in Sing Hortons is brown or deeply tanned. So they're either Arabs, or they were Indian. And I'm like, yeah, this is, everybody running it was Indian. And I'm like, yeah, this is where we are. So
Yeah, this is it's a little India
yeah,
all
and then
over.
we started talking about the election, and he was bitching about how PPC, is full of racists and anti-Semites, and I'm like, you know why the perception is that the PPC is full of racists? Because the conservatives decided to pander to everybody but white Christians. And so the white Christians and the white traditional Canadians, they said, fuck it, we're going with PPC. They're speaking to us. Maxime Bernier made a point of not pandering to these people, actually going and doing an interview with a guy on the street saying, you got to get out of here. You can't fucking stay here. Your visa's done. You go home. You know, he made a point of doing that on camera. And that resonated with a lot of people who are like, I don't recognize my country anymore. So let's see. Culturally, we are too different. You're right. You're right. We are more European in that sense. Canada is more, but so we'll be a separate nation. But this North American Union is going to be economic in nature, in the same way that the European Union was designed to be economic in nature. Because Germany is vastly different from France. and Italy is vastly different from Norway. They're completely different cultures, but they all have a vested interest in making sure that the economy in and amongst their member countries are doing well. Now, because it's full of a bunch of globalists whose only goal is to destroy Western civilization, uh, they made a go of basically ruining everybody's economy, which is why Brexit happened, which sort of happened. It was voted on, but it never really happened. But yeah, more shit on the street in Vancouver than Delhi at this point. Well, this is it. And I saw an interesting stat the other day that there are more Sikh member of parliaments. There's a higher percentage of Sikh member of parliaments in Canada than there is in Pakistan. We have something like 32% of our MPs. Now, I don't know if that's just the federal government, but there might also be in provincial governments as well. But
Right.
32% of elected officials in Canada are Sikh.
That's
Versus Pakistan, where it's something like 15 or 16.
it's weird that there's any at all in Pakistan, to be honest. It's very Muslim.
Pakistan, or it might be Pakistan or India. I don't know. Yeah, but Sikhs are basically an amalgam of Hindus and Muslims. That's what Sikhism is. It's Muslims that got along with the Hindus, and they said,
And
"Hey,
both
I got an idea. Let's all wear turbans and carry knives." Yeah, good idea. And they
see,
say,
but
"No
both
more religion."
religions look at that and go, "No, what are you retarded? Of you
Right.
can't do that.
Hindus
They're
say
not."
Sikhs are ridiculous, and Muslims say Sikhs are ridiculous. But to the Sikhs, they're like, "This is us now." Dissolve the UN and break up NATO. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think the nation state is the better system, quite frankly. India, not Pakistan, says Nana Ripper. Yeah, you may be right. I may have confused the two nations. And we were talking also about how the Khalistani thing. The movement towards getting a Khalistan country, like its own sovereign area, like that belongs there. The fact that people are fighting about it here and it's dominating our news cycles.
Yeah,
uh it makes no sense as far as I'm concerned, and I quite frankly I'm offended by the whole thing. you know we
it's
have our own problems with our own Indians. We don't need other Indians coming here and making shit. Anyway, what else we got going on? I read a headline the other day. Hold on, I'm gonna do our little un momento.
That's so disgusting. Oh my God, that's the worst thing I ever heard in my life.
Here's news, everybody. My heard that now that the whole Iran Israel conflict is over, apparently Israel has launched actions. I'm not going to say attacks, but launched actions or started military actions in another nation. Have you heard about this?
no.
All I saw was a headline, so I can't speak to it directly. But what comes to mind is probably Syria, because there has been talk for the last several months that there have been machinations on the part of the Israeli government and Benjamin Netanyahu about going into Syria and reclaiming part of the territory for Israel.
Of course.
I don't know if anybody in the chat can elucidate me on this headline I saw. I should have looked into it more thoroughly, but I was too busy fucking around with Hero Forge and Four Color Concepts to get into it. But yeah, somebody tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. Let's see. We got a couple. Canada is becoming browner than South Texas. Uh, South Texas, he corrected himself. Sorry, trying to eat crab while watching y'all. Can't. I'm not. Canada will belong to China in 5 years. We belong to China now. 6. What are you talking about? Most of our real estate in the big cities is owned by Chinese nationals. And the speculation market is what buoys our GDP. If it wasn't for government spending and real estate speculation in Canada, we would have no GDP, because nothing's being produced here anymore. Nothing of any consequence that uh, can carry an economy of its own, apart from oil development and mineral development in Alberta. But
Some
it's not
people will
enough. It's not enough to keep to give us a GDP that we are reporting.
Some will
Uh,
try to argue, "Oh, we make cars." It's like we don't make cars. We assemble cars. It's like it's like saying going to IKEA, bringing home
yeah,
your flat pack, putting it together, and declaring yourself the manufacturer. You're not. Like,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a cabinet maker. No, you're not. You bought a flat pack from IKEA and you fucking put it in your kitchen. Okay, don't really care as long as I'm not paying for it. Yeah, I get you. Um, Western Canada will be a U.S. territory soon. The West is going to separate. It's going to start with Alberta, and much like cavities in your teeth, once one goes, the rest of them soon follow. It'll be Alberta, followed by Manitoba or Saskatchewan. I don't know which one yet, and then probably Quebec at some point will want to be either independent or join the United States. Um,
They can't
I
afford
can
to be
see
independent.
they can't afford it. You're right, their economy. And here's the thing: they also have no cards, right? If they say, "Hey, we'd like to join the United States say, "Okay, what's in it for us? You know, we'd love to have the extra land, but what's in it for us?" Auto
Nothing.
parts in Quebec. Yeah. Next 6 minutes. Are the Chinese restaurants at least good, or all you get is Panda Express?
No.
I
We
would say
have some
Canadian Chinese is better than American Chinese.
we have some absolutely fantastic Chinese food restaurants, even here in the West End, little hole in the wall places that are just
Yep.
wildly good.
Yep. Downtown
Wildly good.
Toronto and in Chinatown itself, they have good Chinese cuisine. And the thing is, like, you can in Toronto, you can get legit, authentic Chinese cuisine, and you can get Canadian Chinese cuisine. There's a really good place here in Burlington called Red Chili. I think they're a chain. I think they got two or three locations in and around the Halton area, and they make excellent Canadian Chinese food. Like you almost feel like you're eating fancy Chinese food. It's still Canadian Chinese food, but it's really good. Pox Toxics in the house, straight and late as usual. Welcome, Pox. Good to see you, sir. Quebec is already has motion to leave. Yeah, and they've been talking about it forever, you know. But with their newfound interest in sovereignty for Alberta and the talk of of it now basically being the time to do it because of the re-election of the Liberal government, some might say illegitimately, uh, then Quebec may as well shoot its load as well. You know, why not? We already have a French speaker, South Louisiana, south of New Orleans in the Bayou. We don't need the Quebecois. Yeah, it's true. Actually, Cajun is a derivation of the word Canadian. If you're not aware, the Quebecers and the French people who settled in Louisiana, they're from the same emigres. They're from the same people who came from France. Just some settled north, some settled south. Let's get off of Jews news because we're done with the Jews news. What else we got? You got any oddities to share tonight, Mr. Twin?
No.
No,
No,
okay.
I'm on vacation. Everything's been pretty chill.
Oh yeah, what you been doing on your vacation, by the way?
As little as possible.
But I got one more thing for Jews news.
Oh, what's
Okay, what happens when a naked Jew with a boner runs full speed into a wall?
I don't know what happens when a
He breaks his nose. Oh
Oh,
shit. They actually speak an older, more correct version of French than the French. Yes, and Quebecois is not Parisian. And people who go to Paris. So if you're a Quebecois and you go to France and you listen to the people in Paris speak, you could totally understand what they're saying. But if you tried speaking Quebecois to the Parisian, they would look at you like you had three fucking heads. Bagels are half off on double price day. I like. Here's the thing. My wife and her family are big about Montreal bagels. They love Montreal bagels. Me, I like a New York bagel, and they think I'm crazy. I'm like,
I,
no, Montreal bagels taste stale, and they taste like they're full of water, which is very weird. New York bagels taste like A bagel. That's just me.
Uh, all right.
Chinese people and their food is good, but CCP is asshole. Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole. It's true. They're also a paper tiger. Their economy is in the shitter, and apparently that is partly why Trump was able to get a decent deal with them most recently. They are overextended in their terms of their retail manufacturing, meaning they've got pallets and pallets and pallets of inventory that right now is not being shipped because everybody else's economy sucks, and the United States has their tariff situation in place.
Mhm.
Um, it was a Jew joke. Yes, it was a Jew joke. Yes, I saw it in my YouTube feed. It was what's his name, Paul Rudd on Zach Galifianakis's Between Two Ferns show.
Okay.
And he told that joke, and they both fucking bust out laughing. Anyway, actually, I think Paul Rudd couldn't even get the joke. He started laughing as he was doing the punchline. Couldn't even get the joke out. Anyway, share your Jew jokes in the chat there, everybody. We're unapologetic anti-Semites here on this channel. It took a while, but Twin finally corrupted me. It's
Oh
not true.
yeah,
I'm not an anti-Semite. I just don't revere the Jew. Okay, I think they're equally capable of being made fun of, and they need to have a sense of humor about themselves. Okay, New York bagels and Bialy are by far the best. I don't know what Bialy are. Yeah, I think New York bagels are better than Montreal bagels, but since my um since my wife's family is from Montreal, they're biased, I think. I am an anti-Semite. We know, Pox. We know you're anti-Semite. It's all right. You're not alone. There's plenty of them out there. Anyway, what do we want to talk about next? You wanna move on to nobody makes games anymore?
let's do it.
I have been so focused on four color concepts of late that it's all I can think about. And our recent campaign that we've been doing over on the Mad God of Gaming channel, I think I put a link in the chat. We can put it back there if we want. Let's see. Let's put it back in just in case people aren't subscribed. They can go and watch.
You got to start
Right.
saving a description in Notepad, and then you can just put it in the description when you're setting up the
That's
screen
true.
guard.
That's true. So yeah, there's a link to the channel in the chat. If you're not subscribed to the Mad God of Games channel, go over there and subscribe. Open up a new tab or a new window and subscribe there because we're going to be doing weekly live streams over there of TTRPGs where the Mad God of Games will facilitate the adventure. Um, it's a little known secret. I'm the Mad God of Games. But anyway, go over there and subscribe, and you're in for a treat. There's two live streams up there already, and I hope you'll enjoy them. They're about 2.5 hours each, which I think is a good length for a real play, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I think when I see these real plays on YouTube, and I see people having their campaign, and it's like they did a real play for like 4.5 hours. I'm like, fuck, I'm not watching that 4.5 hours. But for some reason, 2.5 hours seems perfect. It's a nice little snack of RPG.
I think 2 to 2.5 hours is the amount of time that if people can be bothered to make time to play games like this,
Yeah,
that they can afford to spend. And if
yeah,
you're looking at those 4.5 hour streams, I'm wondering how many subs and views they have. Are they making a living off it? So why not?
yeah. I guess so. Yeah, I think some of them are, and I think some of them are more along our lines where we're just doing it for fun, and we'd love to have other people see it and get engaged. Um, but yeah, a lot of these 4.5 hour streams, they're like, because I don't edit them, right? Now, Pox has talked about, we should record it first, and then you can edit out all the hanging around, dead air stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we could do that. But I'll be honest, we've done two of them so far, and there hasn't been a lot of dead air. There hasn't been a lot of just hold on a second, I got to go do something. They've been pretty solid from the get go. Like there's playing and gaming going on the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not dice rolling the entire time, but there's talking and interactions and role playing going on the entire time. I don't watch live streams that aren't live interacting with the chat. That's half the fun. It really is. Now, we're just starting out, so we don't get a lot of engagement in the chat. I think the first time we had who was in the chat? Was it Nano? Was it
Yeah,
someone
Nano
else?
came by the first one.
Nano, you came by the first one, and then Six was in the second one. But yeah, I'd love to have more people hanging out, chatting, throwing us ideas. That's half the fun because I make most of this stuff up on the fly. Poxtox says, I think what lends to the lack of dead air is the fact we don't have an ass load of rules to keep referencing. It's true. Uh, for reference, Four Color Concepts, the game that I'm working on, is very rules light. It's a very narrative based game. Uh, you don't have to constantly be checking your character sheet. You've basically got three numbers to remember, four if you count your weakness, but that's it. And the game just basically runs based on that. Yeah, Nano was in the first one. Video game remixes is bottomless rabbit hole. Man, I kid thee not. It's true. Um, anime soundtracks can be really good too. Samurai Champloo has got some good soundtracks,
Mm.
as well as Cowboy Bebop. Um, you need a set time so we can plan around it. Yeah, well, the idea, I'd like to do it every Friday. First one we did was on Saturday because we were planning for Friday and we couldn't make it work. So Twin basically he sacrificed his casual AF live stream so that we could run it on the Saturday night.
I
And I'm gonna
sacrificed my live stream to the mad god of gaming.
that's right, you did. So I think Friday at 9 is probably a good time. Now I think Jack Gunsky and Terry Diamantis do their uh, games with Terry live stream around the same time. So we might be in a little bit of competition for them, but that's okay. Fridays at 9, I think, is what we're going with now. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. If we can make it work, we'll do it every Friday at 9, and it'll run for about 2.5 hours. And for the time being, it's probably going to be Four Color Concepts because that's all that's on my mind right now. But I think eventually we might do, once I get Elf Camino dialed in a little bit more, we could do an Elf Camino game, and then maybe we could go and do an actual published game at some point too. But I'll continue on with this campaign for at least 6 issues. Well, I guess I will have to feed the honking Canadian a bit earlier. Yes, you will. Um, yeah, that's another thing we should talk about. So in Four Color Concepts, we were talking about this last night after the stream. We were talking about how does your character advance? How does your superhero grow and get better? And I basically laid out that the advancement for the game is basically every 6 sessions constitutes a story arc. So normally when you go and buy a trade paperback at the comic book store or Barnes and Noble or whatever, normally a trade paperback is a collection of 6 comic book issues, and it's a single story arc, normally written by the same artist writer team. So that's the idea behind Four Color Concepts. You're going to have a story arc that lasts 6 sessions. And at the end of those 6 sessions, you will have learned something about yourself. You will have grown a little bit. That might mean that you've discovered how to use your power in a new way. It might mean that you become better at using one of your powers, so you get a better bonus when you're using it. It might be that you've figured out how to overcome your weakness, and so you can remove that. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. And we were talking about it more at length last night. And so I just have to write all that part down. So the rules are basically written down. The next section is that I have to work on is running the game. So for game masters, and then I'm gonna have a section about the included setting, which is called Beacon City. Nan Reaper says the Canadians are almost all grown up. Who's he talking about? Us?
Geese. He's got geese, I'm sure.
Oh, he's got geese. Oh, Canadian geese. Oh, those things are bastards. Why are you even dealing with them? Awful creatures. Anyway, I'm gonna bring my Puroforge back into view here. Let me go to
Nice.
the banner to have some room. So I've been working on a character that these guys have met in their game. He's an NPC. He's called Pitch. And well, I'll describe him as I start working on him. I am going to let's do this so we get a little bit more visual here. And let's get into it here. So I'll zoom out so you can see what it looks like. So Hero Forge is really cool because you can play with the proportions, and because Pitch is one of these guys who can kind of stretch. Um, I've sort of elongated his limbs and made him really, really tall. Let me color him. I want to color his skin a little bit here. Oh, there we go. Okay, and his hair, I think I said his hair was like black. Hold on.
Yeah, and it
But it
looks
was like
like,
black. It was like black grease or something, right?
yeah,
So I'm gonna color his hair with this stuff here, so it looks like it's all slicked back.
it's that paint. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I need to color his skin a little bit better on his ears here. There we go. No, fuck. There we go. All right. Now, he's wearing just regular old pants, but I'm gonna color them like blue jeans. Where's our denim? Periwinkle denim. There we go. Denim.
Oh, it's got
Oh,
an
it's sad.
actual dent. Jeez. Yeah, like the customizability of this little online toy is just phenomenal.
It's true. Yeah, I gotta say, I really quite like it. And his
And
belt will be.
if I'm not mistaken, they add stuff regularly and let
They do.
people design and throw their designs, and if they like them, they use them, right?
Yep.
Because some of the stuff, like I noticed some accessories are marked that they have
Yes.
something written on, like on the over on the description, and it looks like somebody's logo, as if they're an independent designer that lent it to Hero Forge.
Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't have any back pockets. That's kind of weird. They're like girl jeans. Oh, all right. Let's. I'm gonna do his feet here. Color his feet. Well, you know what? His feet are gonna end up being colored black. To be honest.
Yeah, because is he also all goopy and tarish
Yeah,
looking?
his all of his skin except for a little part of his face is black. It's like covered this black tar. It's like his body's composed of this black tar. So let's see what I can do with decals on the guy. Blue cheese. Can you do it on his face? Oh, you know what? That's actually really good.
And just make it black?
Yeah. No, I think I like that. And then how do I change the color over here, right?
Or you can just paint. Go back to the paintbrush and but this will
Oh yeah.
do. Yeah, because with the paintbrush you can get the type option, so you can get the shinier colors out of paint or latex or whatever.
Nice. There we go. And then let's do his feet all black. I don't want to do his whole arm black.
Oh, you could make it a different black with a different texture. So maybe it
Oh,
looks
that's
less slick
true.
and you get separations, right?
Or maybe I could
Try
make
like a
it.
stone or
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
cloth, right?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I was hoping it would be differenter. Oh, try like a dark gray to see if that gives you more contrast without betraying your black.
That's pretty good.
It's all right. Get a zoom
Let's
in.
get up. So that's gray, but it's got a little bit of red in it too. So I kind of. That's brown.
And like you can mess with the other types of paint too, right? Try the metallics, try the gems, see how dark you can get out of.
True, true. Let's see. Oh, that looks really shiny and slick. That's kind of cool. Well, I think I like that.
See, because I like the subtle contrasts, right? Like I showed you that angel chick that I made in Hero Forge.
Yeah,
Her wings are awesome, and it's two different metal paints,
yeah.
right? So they just sort of fade together really nicely. But there's like it adds that, yeah, layer of texture.
What else we got? Oh, I can do multicolors. Well, that looks gay. I think I like that.
Oh, and I
And
also
then I
wonder if
could.
can you put these on in layers too, and use like mix two of them together.
Oh, maybe
You can.
layer A. Tattoos. I don't want cheetah spots. Okay, it's not bad. Okay, everything else looks like it's scars. Yeah, okay. You know what? I kind of like that. Now let's paint it. So, and then see if I can do a metallic black, like a shiny chrome black. Is there a black chrome? No, but that's good enough. Let's do, how about that?
Yeah, there's all kinds.
That's kind of cool, like a bluish.
Oh, try like plastic. See if plastic gives you like I think there's
Oh, yeah,
ways.
yeah. There's a black latex. That's cool. Okay, I like that. Oh, why didn't that go?
Oh, because it went on the other layer.
There we go. All right, now let's do this black plastic on his jeans. So his jeans are kind of stained. Yeah, I kind of like Pitch. I think he looks cool.
He's pretty slick.
Ah, I see what you did there. All right,
Uh,
let's give him some eyes. What kind of eyes have you got? How about?
oh yeah, find one of the ones that has like a filled in white of the eye, right? So that he's a little weird. It's like it's not just on his skin, it like permeates him.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a. Let's see here. Do a blank eye. I don't want it black though. How about-
No, but like you see the way the back of the eyes is sort of filled in instead of white with these? Yeah, yeah, like that.
Yeah,
Right? So it's like it's even there. So you can have whatever color eye you want, but instead of a white of the eye, you have the tar of the eye.
yeah. That's too dark. You know what? I think I like this. No, it's too wide.
Oh,
Mm. That's kind of funky, but it looks like he's got mustaches in his eyes.
well, I was thinking
Uh,
snakes, but okay.
oh, that's better.
It's pretty good.
Or
That's pretty
or
good.
frog green.
I guess you just got to decide what color his eyes were before he got the bug. Hazel, apparently, because that's fucking creepy, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's do that.
That's fucking sick.
All right.
Yes, I'd be afraid of this guy. Absolutely.
And he can stretch too. That's the other thing. Let's do decals. Let's see what we can do on his face. No, it's too much. It's got to be subtle.
Oh, there was like a nose drip, a labial, nasolabial drip. Stop, stop. Bottom left. Down one.
Here?
No, no, down, down. There. Left. Far left row. Up one.
Oh yeah, it looks like the what do you call it? It's coming out of his eyes.
Oh.
That's kind of neat. That's cool too.
Oh, yeah.
What about something like this?
What the fuck?
Nah. Uh, speckles. No. Let's see what we got here. Have we got comments? I'm like totally ignoring the chat. Yeah, we got a
There,
ton of comments.
there are so many options. We're gonna Indian dothead, yeah.
Yes, my geese that have moved into the drainage pond, they are, I think, a year-round population. Oh, maybe. They normally come north, but you know what? If they found a nice place, why not stay, right? Black and slick black. Yes, exactly. Can't you export them to an STL file? Yes, I can. I can print them myself. That dude is wearing Rockies. If you know you are old, I don't know what that is. Hey, Craig, I'm going to painting concepts of my book characters starting next month. I'll be selling prints when I get good enough camera to take pictures of them. Cool. That'd be
Nice.
awesome. Squid eyes. Yes. We have to stop the bug chase. Oh shit. So yeah, you'll need to watch the live stream to get that reference. But basically, there are a group of there's a hate group in the world called the neo-humanists, and they hate the people who live in Bugtown, which are basically mutated persons who have developed strange mutations on their faces and on their bodies due to, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna paint it black. Maybe I'll use the black latex to cover that.
Rockies were cowgirl jeans that were super tight that accented the female ass. They had no butt pockets. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that might be them then. Yeah. All right. All right, so that is Pitch. And if you watched last night's live stream, you'll find out all about who Pitch is. Essentially, he's one of the mutants who have found themselves in Bugtown, and he sort of made himself a kind of a protector of the mutated. He's got his body is basically composed or covered with this black sticky material, kind of like tar, and his powers are stretching. He can basically turn himself into this sticky tar substance and stretch and grow, and that's why he's all tall and elongated like that. So let me
It was
name him.
gross. Go watch the stream.
Yes, it was really cool. I think it was really cool. Go watch the stream.
Yeah, I really am enjoying this game.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I think Pox is enjoying it too. I'm not sure I like that pose though. Let me see what else I can do. That's not bad. I wonder if I can make his forward hand look really big.
Yeah, I've gotten really good at using the advanced posing tools so I can get most of what I want. I do so well at it, I can make it glitch out for certain poses. It's wicked.
All right, I'm going to change his hands. Let's change his hand to a fist. There we go. And I'm going to twist it too. Bend it. And then I'm going to change his shoulder here. Bend it out a bit and tilt it up. Now, can I increase his hand size? I might be able to do
You
that with
can, yeah.
styles.
Yeah, in the body
Hand,
modder edit, hands, you can make them
hand
huge.
size. There we go. There you go.
Nice.
Finger thickness. It's like he's got a giant hand. I wish I could do it on one hand and not the other. Can you? Maybe that's
Try.
why. Maybe that's.
Oh, it doesn't have a wheel. You see that each of the others has a gear that you
Yeah,
can
I'm just
fine
wondering if
tune it.
maybe you can
Maybe
make it
that's
really
coming
tiny.
soon.
Could be. Could be.
Right.
A wrist scale. Oh yeah, I can make his wrist nice and fat too, which makes sense.
Wait, if you make it thinner, it might look stretcheder.
More stretched, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Gives it some length.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now let's change the shape of that other hand.
Oh, you got to go
No,
back
no,
to
no.
pose.
Oh, right. Proportions, yeah. Oh, no,
No,
not
pose.
proportions.
Pose on the
Pose.
left. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other hand.
Just give it
Change
like
that.
a natural hold.
I think I like that. I like the
Oh, the knuckle
index
thing.
finger knuckle. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. What do you think of his hair? Is it too short? I think I might make it longer.
Either way, should look okay. Give the one finger salute. There literally is a bird maneuver on
Yeah,
that.
you can give somebody the bird,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. No,
So
that's too much
Pitch is
hair.
a more masculine version of Pedro Pascal, says Nano.
That's like a mop. I want it slicked back. That's actually better, but it's
That's
kind of
better.
gay looking.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got grease in his hair.
Oh,
Snake
that's
hair.
better. Actually, that's better. That's perfect.
If you scroll down a little, there's some that look suspiciously like tentacles,
Yeah,
right? And maybe, oh yeah, there's texture in that. That could be,
that's pretty good.
yeah. But then, yeah, I think you're just underneath it, directly underneath. There's the tentacle ones.
Yeah, but that's kind of, he's also bald on top. I think I like this one more than anything else.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think I'm gonna stick with that one. All right, so this is Pitch, folks. He is an NPC in our Four Color Concepts game. He can stretch. He's got weird looking eyes, and he's covered in, or composed partially of black sticky goo. You know what? I'm gonna change his base. Change it to this. There we go. All righty. Let's see what other, we got more comments about it? No? Snake hair. Give the one finger salute. I'm loving it. I have some ideas floating around my head for character development down the line for Mr. Rock. Well, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, I
From
actually
issue,
went crazy. I went crazy with ideas for character development as soon as the Mad God introduced the good versus evil angels and demons thing, or the
yeah.
possibility of it.
You want to share some of your ideas?
We can, if you like.
Yeah, go for it.
Just that Templar could go through this whole like series of transformations over 40 issues or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You want to bring up
Yeah,
the
yeah.
concepts you came up with?
Share screen, custom minis. Yes, because it's been open the whole time. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry.
He's
Right?
been
Because
working
look,
on them while we've been talking.
my stupid library has been getting as big as Craig's almost. Like, oh yeah. So you said you had 30, just 30, or just
I
over
erased a
30?
bunch of them, but first show Edwin Priest, your alter ego,
Yeah, I
what he
just
looks like outside of costume.
yeah. So that's Priest in his street clothes, just walking around.
Just a
Yes,
dude,
yes,
just a muscular dude,
yes.
sculpted.
But that muscularity is how he gets those odd jobs for cash, right?
Right.
And no,
Right.
Nano, it's not prostitution.
No, he helps out at St. Timothy's Church. He does odd jobs around the neighborhood, and he helps the church out when they need some heavy lifting done. They ask Mr. Priest if he would help.
Six says Pitch's arch enemy will be Don the Soap King.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or what do you call it? Mineral spirit. The mineral spirit. All right. So there's Edwin Priest when he's not in costume. Now
Yeah,
show
here he
what
is.
regular Templar looks like.
What's funny is they're all in not just alphabetical order in my little drawer of heroes there. They're also in, what's the word? Chronological order if this were to occur,
There
right?
you
So
go.
you introduced the angels and demons thing for my Templar guy, right? Or the
Yeah.
possibility of it. And I just lost my mind. I
It's
was like,
alluded to. It's not. It hasn't been explicitly stated, but it's been alluded to. Yes.
yeah, yeah. But I just lost my mind and ran with it like supernatural style. Like every season, the bad guys, like there's another layer of bad guys and more power that you didn't know existed, right? So he
Right.
finally gets some clue to his origins that he may in fact be somehow related to angels. And oh yeah, there we go. Can't wear the jacket anymore because the wings have popped out.
Those are pretty
Right.
cool wings.
Yeah, so I guess if we were talking about this in terms of game development and character development, because Pox was saying he had some ideas,
Yeah.
this would be like bonus to flight, and this takes not like a handful of hours. This is like what we're if we're doing it in issues. This is like 12 or 18 issues, and then this happens, right? And 12 or 18 issues later, right? Oh yeah, see, he's been kind of a jerk. He was trying to rough up that guy in the bar, held back the healing girl to get information from this guy while he's broken back on the floor and shit. He's not been a very good angel. So, of course, now that he's more angel, he has to be punished.
Fox says, "Bro, I need to make some notes." So he's been punished. He had the cross ripped off of his chest.
So the problem was I had to get creative with what I was missing. There's no decal of a cross for the body itself. You can put it on all sorts of cloth stuff, but you can't put
Yeah.
it on their skin.
Well,
So
couldn't
he
you
was
couldn't
wearing
you layer like because they have like a scar that goes right down the chest, and then they have a scar that goes right across the chest. Couldn't you layer two of them together?
I could probably try to figure something out,
Yeah, yeah. Anyway,
right?
go ahead.
But it's just silly story addition. Like, oh yeah, so like the reason he feels compelled to wear the cross, it's not the cross itself. Like there's something there. So as part of the punishment, the shirt and whatever was in there is torn away, and now he's got the
Yeah.
scar.
Okay.
Uh, but of course, hero's journey type idea. Whatever, solve problems, and boom. All right, redeemed, full angel, right? Brah, sword and shield, the banner and everything.
He looks very gay.
I know. All right, but
Oh, it's
also
very that's very cool though.
Celestials are androgynous, right? Like that's
Yeah. Oh no,
so
he's clearly masculine. I'm thinking more like He-Man with wings. But no, like I'm getting like I was telling you before, I'm getting kind of Spawn vibes because Spawn got into that whole heaven and hell thing, right? With
oh yeah,
Violator and who's the other? Who did John Leguizamo play in the movie?
Violator, yeah,
Was he Violator? It was a
yeah,
clown, and then he could turn into that giant creature. Yeah.
yeah, the jaw monster.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really, he kind of just looks like fucking Link or Icarus from Kid Icarus in the
Yeah,
last level, right?
yeah, a little bit. You're right.
But of course, he's become attached to the human world. So even though he does whatever he has to do like this, he's like, no, 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 I will go back. And he's like, yeah, Templar Return or Templar Reborn.
And he looks like medieval, but he's wearing a t-shirt, which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Oh yeah, no, and there's jeans under those boots and the cuirass, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
it's just
yeah.
regular jeans and a t-shirt, but then he's got all his gear. And honestly, I know there are some hiccups with that transformation storytelling, little bit gay boy. This is the best one, I think. I think it's your favorite too out of my Templar designs.
I'll be honest. I kind of like the leather jacket with the cross. Quite frankly, I think it
It's
looks
good.
really cool.
It's
Yeah.
good, but this is like I don't know.
Like I
I
that
love this.
particular design looks iconic, and I could see a comic book cover with that on it. Him just standing in a black background, and
Oh
then
yeah, but here's what I was trying to tell you. Look at hands, right?
yeah,
Just
you
sort of
can you can
natural
pose the
hanging
shit out
hand.
of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pose the shit out of him.
Yeah, I love this toy. Like I have so much fun with this. Right? I recreate or interpret stuff from Warhammer and I tried to make your you asked for four. Well, you didn't ask for them. I imposed them on you. You were like, yeah,
That's
four
right. You said,
colors.
"Here, take these." Yeah. So I was looking for designs for heroes. So if you look at the thumbnail for tonight's ammunition, you see those four superheroes. Those were ones that Night Cafe AI art generator came up with when I said, make four heroes, two male, two female, dressed in the four different colors of four color printing. So basically cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And it came up with those. I'm like, those are perfect. And then I was messing around in Hero Forge, and Twin decided to mess around in Hero Forge. And he made a few different ones. And this was a guy you said you developed back in high school or something?
Yeah, just some like character that I never really finished writing the story for. Just like some plot points in my head and
Yeah.
doodle them out.
And I was
And yeah,
saying he kind of looks like an edgy Harry Potter.
edgy Harry Potter. Yeah, because it turns out I'm an edgy boy. Yeah, all the characters I create are edgy boys. And but I
uh,
really I pulled him up because I was talking about how good like the hand stuff is and how good the
yeah,
pose
yeah,
is.
yeah. He
Like
looks like he's casting a spell.
yeah, yeah, like that was without having to use any of the effects, right?
Hmm.
Like it's such a cool toy, and even like look the way his glasses glare as you turn the camera,
Hmm.
right? You got to use the gems to color that.
Oh, for coloring the coloring
Yeah,
glasses. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
diamond, right? And then you get like
yeah.
a
See, I
really
use
neat
I
glare
I
at the
generally
end.
use potion bottle because potion bottle looks like glass, right? That's cool, man.
Oh, there's even like rides for them. You can put them on a motorcycle or on like
Yes.
a high tech wheelchair and shit. Have them ride a warg or a
Yep.
fucking unicorn.
A giant boar. You can do all sorts of shit with them. Yeah, folks, if you haven't played with it, Hero Forge is a great tool. Even just for screwing around. Like the job I do at work, I work from home, and there's lots of downtime when I'm doing my job. So I'm able to, just mess around on the internet, and I spend a good chunk of my time just making superheroes and making characters on Hero Forge.
And this is another version of that guy at another time. But I just really wanted to see like how there's layers for some of your decals and stuff. How much
Yeah, yeah.
stuff can I just layer up on the guy in these weird
Oh
ways?
yeah.
And it works,
You can put tons of
right?
shit on them. Yeah.
He's casting the same spell, but now he's got this dude helping. And this dude
Big old
apparently has
big old King of the Dead on his
yeah,
back.
two slave dudes there. That's a lot. That's a lot of power. We're necromancing. Come
That's
on.
true. That's true.
But yeah, like it's so much fun. I love it so much.
It really is. I think I'm gonna make a new character. Yeah, you guys, you came into my work on pitch in the middle of it. I can show you how it is from start to finish.
Oh, before you share though,
Yep.
so he asked for Skaven.
Yeah.
Guess what? You don't even have to build them. They come as a species. You can pick a
Yeah, they
species.
have a bunch of different
First.
species you can choose from. It's
There's
up near the
bat
top, I
folk.
think. Yeah, there's bat folk and there's rat folk and yeah, there's satyrs. You can make satyrs.
Don't save. Yeah, bat folk. Here we go.
That's pretty cool.
Right. Cat folk.
Bat folk. Yeah,
Lion folk. Oh yeah, I made lion characters. Hey, Sheba was wicked for the K, you know.
it's true.
Then humans and dwarves and elementals. So you can get a good base for basically anything, get the right shapes going, and then
Yep.
just like customize all
Tweak it.
the equipment and stuff.
Yep.
I like trying to give them weapons and then pose them in a way that the looks right, you
Hmm.
know? Like I've got what's her name here? This CMYK, and I took that too literally. I just put all the colors on the one
Oh,
character.
Blondie. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and she's all
all
right,
four
right?
are full of the all four colors in her costume. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, getting that staff and arm to twist
Behind
up
her
that,
back. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, and not be clipping through all of her, right?
Yeah,
And
you can even pose the hair. So if the hair is like
yeah,
clipping through her clothing, you can pose the hair so it's sitting above it. It's kind of neat.
think while riding Bone Ripper the Rat Ogre, snorting lines of Warpstone, it's doable, but you need to go donate to the Patreon to become a upgrade member who can kit bash.
Yeah, there's a special set of tools called Kit Bash, and there's also stuff that's available for pros, meaning you pay a little bit extra, you get access to it, kind of thing.
I think they expect you to like help fix code and stuff though too. So maybe just go
Oh,
for
do
the
they?
middle tier. I don't know. Maybe it would help you greatly to have that knowledge to use the pro tools, right?
I don't have the patience to learn code.
It's just language.
Oh, I
It's like
know,
learning
but
any other language.
yeah, yeah.
Ravenfolk.
Oh my God, you turned into a raven into a bird person.
That's terrible.
It is.
Don't save those changes. But how about we just go with Ravenfolk, right? Yeah, see?
There you go.
Cool. And they don't really have proper like Wolfman.
No.
They've got like some sort of anthrocanine, I think they call it.
Yeah.
Right. So they've got sort of humanoid features and they don't properly look like dogs. And I don't know, I think
You
I'm a little
may,
disappointed. I
you
wanted
can make
werewolf.
you can make well there's something.
It's a
Fox.
bear.
Well, they have
Bear
Fox up
fox.
above. Go to Fox. Fox is pretty close.
Uh, I
You can
mean,
change
maybe
the
I can work
ears.
with it. I can. I wonder. I wonder now. Okay, pull
Excuse
up
me.
your character and
All right.
let's have you build. Because what are you going to build? Gust now? The other.
That was the plan. Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
plan. Oh, I gotta
So I'll
stop
stop
sharing
sharing
here.
mine. You share yours. But
Oh,
I'll just work on this dog a little bit, guys. Keep in mind what that dog looked like, bouncing around
all
those
right.
copyrights.
So first and foremost, we choose our species. We're gonna go with human, a human male, and then you go to body, go to proportions, and then you get to choose your sizes. So basically, this is your default human that we got, and then you can take a muscular human, and you can make a sort of heavy set human. I think I said that Gus was kind of heavy set.
He was. I remember him being big, right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, your naming conventions are a little on the nose sometimes. And Steve Sask was a giant. If I picture him blue skinned with white fur,
Yeah, he's kind of like he kind of looked like a Sasquatch.
yeah,
But
Steve Sask.
his fur was very wispy. It wasn't like thick, heavy fur. And that's my problem here because I don't know that I'm going to be able to emulate that type of
Thinning old man hair. How do you? But everywhere.
yeah. So first and foremost, I'm going to take his clothes off because it's easier to work around in terms of posing him and deciding on his look when you take the clothes off. So we'll get rid of that. There we go. So there's Steve Sask. We're going to start with him. And since hair is going to be a very big important part of it, I'm going to give him a nice big crop of hair on the back of his head. Maybe I even want to make it. No, that's Fabio. That's a little gay. That's not bad. Let's give him a beard.
Now, I know you seem to have a process, but right here I'd start experimenting with the colors to see if I can make this look like the wispiness, right? And try different textures. Like start with something rough like stone so that it's matte, and maybe that'll look like instead of thick, glossy, reflective,
Yeah.
it'll look thinned out and paler, right? Less vibrant, I mean, yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what? I kind of like that because it looks kind of like a cloud.
Clouds, yeah. Never forget to try bone white on everything you want white.
Okay, good to
Bone
know.
bone can work really well all over the place. It's one of my favorites for whites.
That's pretty good. Okay, then let's go to his hair and see if I can emulate that sort of that gusty sort of looking hair that he's got on his mouth. I kind of want it longer though. That's not bad, but it's a little more fur-like. Looks kind of feminine. Oh, you know what? That might work. Or do we want to do something like that? He's bald on top. No. No, I think this is probably the best one. Kind of looks like Santa Claus.
Nah.
All right, now for the body. See if they've got one that's almost all hair. Here we go. Furry clawed torso.
Perfect. See, I'm curious already though. Like I would bounce between tools. I wouldn't try to finish them up. I'd start looking at what the colors look like on the fur body. Right? Like
Oh no, yeah.
what are your color options? Like how many some stuff has like multiple places to put color,
Yeah.
right? So can
Yeah, I
you
know that. Yeah, I know that. Let me see if I can do something specifically with his arms. Do they have like a furry kind of arm? No. Blazing hands, blazing arm. No. Okay. All right. Oh, you can do like individual legs. Interesting. Okay. So, you know what? I think I want to change his head a little bit. Face. No, I'm not doing that. I don't want him to look like that. No. Let's stop it. No. No. That's kind of cool. Let's do his eyebrows.
see, but without the color, I can't be sure.
Don't you worry.
All right. Because you're looking for like a combo of color shape effect. So, you know.
No.
Put them in like basketball shorts so you can get the fur on the leg effect.
Like those? Okay. I give him a t-shirt as well. No, just a regular. Where's a regular t-shirt? There we go. All right, what do we got? Any comments here?
I can't read them from here.
Okay, let's see here. We got bouncing around those copyrights. He's a Ken doll, or is the adult version locked behind the paywall? Yeah, he has no ding dong. Late middle post buying a yacht Fabio. There you go. He's still a Ken doll. You have robbed him of his manhood. Yeah, It's true.
Yeah,
Well,
but
if you
it's
were a
fun.
superhero, you'd be wearing tights anyway, so you wouldn't see his ding dong.
It's fun, and I'm
Uh,
on vacation.
all right, I'm gonna pose him now, and I like this pose because actually that's not bad. How about that? That's pretty good too. What Gus
Oh,
can do is
oh,
he can summon wind.
yeah. Oh, you know what I've got to try now because I just thought of it.
What's that?
That Hulk, Hulk can slap his hands together in front of him and create like a
Oh yeah,
shockwave air
yeah,
blast. Whack!
yeah,
I want to see if I can make a character do that. Make him a Hulk type build
yeah. That'd be cool.
and put him in that position. Because okay, so that's what I'm going to work on. I
All
can get
right,
back to
let's
a
see.
dog samurai anytime.
Mhm.
Uh,
There, I like this one. Actually, that's drawing a bow. You know what? I think this is the best one for what Gust can do. Gust can summon winds. That's his power. So, but you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I don't like his beard so much. Let's change his
it,
beard up.
it's too curly and not flowy. I think that's flowier.
That's too
It's a
small.
Zeus type flowing in the wind beard.
Big old braids.
Oh, very Viking.
That's not bad. I think that's the best one right there. Alrighty, let us start coloring now. So you said you think his skin should be blue.
That's just how I pictured it. Blue skin and white flowing hairs.
I think I like this one, this sort of wintry blue. Then maybe his lips are like that. And then you said bone white is a good color for just about everything.
Give it a try. Always pass through it if you're not finding what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to come with texture without being thick, if that means anything to
Hmm.
you.
Yeah. And then let's go back to the skin. We're going to do winter on his paws. And we're going to do Smurfesque on his toenails and fingernails. There we go. Now, for his clothing, I'm going to give him some red shorts. His t-shirt. To me. I don't know about blue. How about Bravey Navy? You know what? Let's do decals. That's kind of cool. It's got a pattern shirt.
Because he literally just looks like somebody's grandpa getting up out of the rocker for a second.
Yeah,
I'll give him glasses.
I should like the thing. Okay, I like that. No, you know what? Maybe I'll give him like a graphic T-shirt. Oh no, a kitty cat. No. A heart? No. Looks like a Care Bear. Fuck, I could give him the Pride Progress flag. No, fuck that. Oh. Oh, I wish I could change it to a G.
G for Gust.
I wish they had just like, instead of this vampire skull thing, I wish they had just a regular skull. Well, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah, okay. I like that. Got on both sides. There we go. Okay, so t-shirt color. Let's paint his t-shirt a cool blue. And make that a darker blue. Here, let's color his eyes. He doesn't need anything funky for his eyes. Maybe just regular old brown eyes. Let's change his expression. I think it's under pose, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm kind of happy with Gust, I think. I think he looks pretty cool. There's something else I wanted to do, though. You said give him some glasses.
Yes.
Was it under head? There we go, yeah. Hmm. I do want to give him glasses, but I want to give him decent looking glasses. Those are pretty good. Okay. Color those. That's good. Do I like that skin color? Let me try giving him a more regular skin color. Yeah, I think I like the regular skin color better. All right, there we have it. This is Gust. Gust is the. Oh, so you guys can see it a little bit better. Now Reaper says, "Well, it's been fun, but I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to go check my crab traps, so I am off to bed. Good night, Nano.
Take
Thanks
it
for
easy,
hanging out."
Nano. Thanks for coming, bruh.
So that is Gust. Gust is another member of the bug team. His power is that he can summon gusts of wind. His real name is Steve Sask, and he was infected the um, by the bug virus, and the mutation was that he grew this long, wispy kind of hair all over his body. All right, let me just save him, and then we can look at what you've been doing.
Well, I just tried to mess around with the pose advanced tool
Yep.
to see if I could create like a giant dude doing that massive air clap thing.
Okay.
It seems to be like it's coming along. It's going to need some tweaks. It's not perfect, but I can see it getting there.
What do you think of Gust?
He's almost exactly what I pictured.
Yeah, I gave him more regular colored skin as opposed to the blue.
Yeah, I don't know why I
But
thought blue.
you know, you probably had the idea of his head. He was like a Sasquatch or a Yeti, but also his powers, right?
Hmm.
His hair kind of looks like clouds and blue sky, right? And he can summon winds. See what you got going on. Oh, that's
Yeah,
very cool.
it's not bad.
His musculature looks really. Has he got like body armor, or is that just muscles?
No, that's just how yeah how tick he is. Also, I think I'm a little awkward in the posing. It's not quite right. Like it needs some tweaks, but like I'm
Yeah,
surprised I did it in the fairly short amount of time
that's
since
good. Now
I thought of.
color him green or purple or something.
Yeah, like I just gave him wraps there, and we can maybe a little color will help show the what's wrong with the posing. Uh,
I think
is
there is
there a
green
green for
skin.
skin? There is. Yeah, look at
It
that
is, yeah.
bronze. Let's just go with actual. Yeah,
Straight up
Hulk type
green.
train.
Yeah, that's very much like Hulk. He almost looks like Scar, his son.
Hulk has a son.
Yeah, his name's Scar.
I had no idea. There.
Give him some purple pants.
Yes, purple pants. Here we go. Is that purple enough?
That's yeah, that's more blue than purple, but I think it's probably close enough for the comic book. That's
Okay,
too
yes,
pink.
that's very lavender.
Yeah, maybe the one down under the brights. Go down to brights.
Purple, circle, cotton,
Maybe the one to the very left on that row.
magenta.
That's too purple. No, you know what? I think the navy one you had is perfect. That one, yeah.
Yeah, that's way too blue now. Yeah, it's decent. You know, for just a throw together.
Yeah. And then his hair's they've got green hair.
Is it green?
No, well down here you've got green hair under colored hair. That's black hair.
Is his hair green too?
Hulk? Yeah, his hair's green. It's like dark green. None of that's dark enough though, I don't think.
Well, that's when
You're
you go
better off
green
going. You're
hair.
better off going with a black. You're right.
Or go with like a different texture.
Oh, I forgot they had plant. He's a Jolly Green Giant.
Fucking neon green hair. Get in there. Yeah, but I just wanted to work on the posing.
That's pretty cool. Those biceps look fucking painful.
Yes. Yeah, I just went also to the body specifier thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just like cranked up weight, muscularity.
Muscularity. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I went into the textures, the skin textures, and chose the
yeah,
rippedest ones.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you get like a Mr. Olympia on superhero steroids look.
There you go. Myostatin blockers.
Yeah, I'm so confident I can recreate that and do it even better. I'll just give him a natural pose to show you what his body looks like. Like he's just
Look at them abs.
he looks like a anime villain that
It's
like,
true, right?
smashes
Some
walls
you'd
and eats
see it. Some
children.
you'd see in Berserk or something.
Or like what are those the new ones called where it's just brutal violence?
There's a few of them out there.
No, but there's like a style now. Is it
Well,
shonen? Does shonen mean
Shonen's basically meant for like young boy audiences, like preteen boys. That's shonen.
oh yeah, uber violence then, yeah. And then this guy, it turns out he can do a full split and a triple backflip and shit. But like he's just like
Yeah,
the
he doesn't
greatest
look like
martial
he
artist
doesn't
ever.
look like he should be agile, but he's like crazy agile. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, one of those martial arts
Yeah,
tournament
I'm
type.
looking at him. I'm going. He's like a green E Honda.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, folks, Hero Forge is a lot of fun. I could play with it all day.
it's literally what I'm
Mm.
spending my vacation doing.
You go back on Wednesday.
Yeah,
It's all right.
yeah. I picked the right week. It's been so hot,
Yeah,
you know.
I don't think Canada Man's going to be making an appearance on Canada Day. I've just been I've been too busy to put final details on my costume, so
That's too bad.
it's okay. Save it
Yeah.
for Comic Con. I'll save it for Comic Con, Fan Expo, whatever it's called. Well, what else we got going on?
I have no idea. I've lost my joie de politique. No one tells jokes anymore.
Yeah, you got any jokes for us tonight? I already told one, so I don't have to.
You know, I heard a joke and I thought of a joke and now I'm drawing a blank. Go into the drawer and I can't get it. It's not there. I lost it.
Oh
I
well.
I even
Right.
thought this would be great for no one tells jokes anymore. The worst part is that was earlier today. Are you using AI to tell you jokes again, Craig?
No, I'm just looking for a joke. It's so fucking lame.
Do
Why
you
did
have
Beethoven get Why did Beethoven get rid of his chickens?
Oh, I don't know.
All he ever said was Bach, Bach, Bach.
Ugh.
Why did the crab cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the crab cross the road?
It didn't. It used the sidewalk. Why does it take pirates a long time to learn the alphabet?
Why?
Because they can spend years at sea. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Because then it would be a foot.
No, because then it would be my cock. All right, folks, I think we're going to call it there. It's been a good time hanging out with you all. I got a joke. Pox has a joke. Pox, please share it with us. I'm just going to say your mom.
Your one rep max.
My one rep max is a joke. Your mother, he says, of course, of course. I think we're going to call it there, but please join us next Friday night, 9 p.m. If the stars align, we'll do another we'll do another session on the Mad God of Gaming or Mad God of Games YouTube channel. We'll play another round of four color concepts with Pox Toxic and Irving Twin. And Pox was talking about maybe getting a friend involved. It'd be great to have a superhero team of 3 or 4. So, oh, excuse me, I'm
Six,
starting to yawn.
six, if you're still around.
Yeah, I
Interested.
asked
Look it
Six.
up.
I asked Six if he was able to, and he said he doesn't think his schedule will be able to accommodate. But maybe Terry D. But if he's generally busy doing stuff with Jack Gunsky, maybe
Hmm.
Jack Gunsky and Terry D. But they have their own live stream. Why would they come over to mine?
I don't know if they play TTRPGs.
I don't know either. I messaged also Della Hayes. Said, hey, if you want to join in, but I don't know if he's busy or not. But folks, we're gonna call it a night. Final thoughts.
4cc, man. This is the new thing. This is wicked. Like the ease with which you create the character,
Yes.
right? And then just jump in. It's so versatile because you're rules light,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah. It's usable in a lot. Like you can play as deep or as heavy as you want with regards to die rolling. But it's very straightforward type of
And as
mechanic.
long as everybody's cool, you can negotiate between dungeon master and player the rules on the fly. Like,
Pretty
oh,
much.
here's
Yeah.
a cool situation. Let's look up this table and then cross reference with another table. No, just fucking make it
No.
up.
Yeah. It's rulings over rules basically is how it's designed. So you make rulings on the fly. Don't slow shit down. Don't go look stuff up. That just slows the thing down. Keep it moving. I think that gives credit to the idea. Like when remember I said it was about a 2.5 hour live stream. We were talking like we were in game pretty much the entire time. So yeah, I have a final thought to quote the immortal Buckaroo Banzai. Remember, no matter where you go, there you are. And with that, we shall say good night.